Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm building a house that can be used for the Sims 4 Asylum challenge. So I'm just doing the outside shape now. As you can see, I'm making it in the shape of an octagon. That's because this building was kind of inspired by the 18th century prison type of designs known as panopticons, which were like these big circular sort of structures, and you would just have one guard in the middle who could look at all the prison cells and keep an eye on everybody. My sort of story behind this building is that this used to be an old asylum in this creepy old town, but now it's actually been the interior has been renovated at least to become more like a sort of like a teen rehab mental health center. That's sort of the look I was going for with the colors and everything that I used. So basically, those who are not familiar with the Asylum challenge, basically you have one sim that you control, and then you have 7 other sims that are the inmates of the asylum that you're not allowed to control at all. And you have a very limited number of items that you're allowed to have. You have a specific number of beds, a specific number of seating places, certain bathroom items. Basically, you don't quite have enough for everybody. And at the same time, all of the inmates have these personality traits that just make them absolutely crazy. And you're not allowed to leave the asylum. You have to stay inside and try to make money from home, basically doing things like painting or whatever you can do. And you have to complete your lifetime achievement to complete the challenge. So it just makes things really difficult having all these people locked into this little place, not allowed to leave, not enough items, everyone just starts getting crazy and miserable. And I just thought this would be a perfect design for that. So as you can see, I've left like a void where you can sort of look out from each level to the ground floor below. I've covered that completely with glass walls because I thought, you know, if this is like a mental health institution, you want to make it really safe. You don't want to have little railings that people could jump over and potentially commit suicide. So my mindset was just that, you know, this is an institutionalized building and they just have very like bare white walls and this light wooden flooring all throughout, but at the same time someone has come in and they've tried to dress it up a little bit and make it a bit more appealing to the people that are going to come, but not too much. You know, they had like a limited budget to spend, so they did like the bare minimum that they could. So this is the kitchen. I've put a little bit of yellow in it with the appliances and things like that to make it a bit brighter. And then I'm just doing a little dining space. So there are different levels for the Asylum challenge. I think on the easy level, you're allowed to have 8 places that people can sit down. So I decided to have 4 dining chairs and 4 lounge chairs. So I made the living area just a nice green color and I put a big bookcase there. I put a couple of plants around as well just to dress it up a little bit and a couple of posters. I'm just using some downlights. And then on the top floor, I've just made a sleeping space, so we're allowed to have 6 beds in the easy mode. That number does reduce as you get harder. If you want to play on a harder difficulty, you can actually download this house, and then in the description box down below, I'll put the rules for each of the levels of the challenge. Then you can delete as many things as you need to make it fit those rules. And on the second floor, I've done a bathroom, so we've put 1 bathroom on each side. One is going to have a shower, one is going to have a bathtub, but otherwise they both have a toilet, they both have a sink, they both have a mirror. And again, I just went with a little bit of green in the bathroom. Okay, so the reason I put windows and glass doors in these bathrooms, I mean, obviously there's no privacy at all, but I thought, you know, that is, you know, realistic in my eyes. If you have a bunch of teenagers in this place and maybe they're on suicide watch, you want to be able to see what they're doing all the time. So no, there's not a lot of privacy, but I think that's realistic. You know, you don't want people locking themselves in a bathroom. You don't know what they're doing. They could be drowning themselves. They could be slitting their wrists. Who knows? So you've got glass windows on all sides of those rooms. Basically, there's nowhere in this house that people can hide away and do anything that they're not supposed to be doing. And that's the whole point of it. Just putting a couple of finishing touches in the bathrooms. And on this floor here, this is the activity room. So I thought, you know, whenever I see movies about asylums and stuff like Girl Interrupted or whatever, they always have like an arts room. And I thought, you know, that's something that they can use for therapy as well for the inmates. So I just put a painting easel and a couple of musical instruments. I put a piano, a guitar, a violin, and then I also put a microphone so people can practice like some stand-up comedy or something. I would have loved to have something else that was also like another visual arts thing like the easel, but there isn't really anything suitable, and I didn't want to have another musical instrument. I wanted something a little bit different. The easel is also really good because your own sim can use it to make money. They can become a painter, as they are not allowed to leave the house to go to a job, either an active job in The Sims 4 Get to Work or even just like a normal job. They're not allowed to do that at all. They have to just stay at home and take care of the inmates. Just put in a couple more windows on the front here to let a bit more light in. So as you can see from the outside, it looks like a very intimidating sort of building. It's not a very friendly sort of place at all. But on the inside, it's really quite different. You can tell it's definitely been renovated. It's very modern, but it's obviously done with a budget in mind. And then of course on the outside we need to have a big fence just to make sure that nobody escapes. So I just made it like a chain link fence, and then I was looking for a gate. I couldn't really find one that I was happy with, so I went with this one here. I didn't really want it to have barbed wire, but that's the only one that was like a full height fence. Yeah, The Sims 4 is not great for gates. And we're just moving into the screenshot. So this is the kitchen, dining, living area, and if you look up you can see the void above, so anyone on those levels can look down and see. This is a kitchen with the nice yellow accents. I actually really like the way that looks. This is the little living area with touches of green throughout. One of the bathrooms as seen through the external windows in the void. And this is the music and arts room, so I just added a lot of colour in the rugs and things like that just to really keep the costs down. And this is the sleeping area, so obviously everyone just sleeps together basically. There are no private bedrooms because we just don't want any corners where people can hide away. We want everything to be visible. And just going through the cross sections of the floors here. So I'll put a link in the description box down below to the gallery where you can download this house if you want to use it for your own asylum challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below to let me know. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!